We are going to be doing a video about the ultimate flak build. In this video, I'll be telling you guys skill points really matter. The build itself, it's completely up to you guys. You can mess around with it all the time. It's not perfected on my opinion, but everything could be always better. Anyways, so this is the ultimate flak build. Just for the gun saves everything. Max out 40 items, and the items unbelievably god rolled. Everything is perfect in here. Almost everything. Start off with our Dastardly Maggie. 950 times 6 consecutive hits. One, we got a nice little annoying one there. Didn't get the action skill end one, but we also have another one with the action skill perfect Maggie with damage bonus for badass and named and boss enemies. So we do have our perfect Maggie there. Well, that one's not perfect, but almost. And then this one's consecutive hits. Both are very good. I personally use consecutive hits for mobbing and shit, and this one sometimes for bossing. Moving on, we have our King's Call with an action skill and weapon damage 100%. So that is a perfect one we got. Going on to our Iron Willed Clairvoyance with an action skill and weapon damage 100%. I think I might have another Clairvoyance. Yes, we have a Dastardly Clairvoyance in here. We will be dropping that other Clairvoyance out of the build. So yes, this is the Dastardly Clairvoyance. And just 8 shots, weapon damage 100%, perfect. We have also Dastardly Skull Smasher, which is a really good one with the bonus radiation. And then we also have another one. It's exact same stats, but a little bit more damage. Put that one up. Then we have, actually we'll just throw out the other one then, because this one, there's no reason to be using this one. That's radiation, never mind. If you want radiation, then the other one has weapon damage. Moving on, we have our Adrenaline Initiative. This is a very good shield because it gives you an additional base 20% damage. So with that additional 20% damage on all shots, plus fire damage, you get damage reduction and health regeneration. Very good. We have our Transfusion Longbow that has corrosive at the moment. I did include a few ones like Radiation, Incendiary, Cairo, and the Madian Tracker. Remember that all these loot, not on me, but a lot of this loot I did grind out, but not everything is not mine. So we're gonna be, yeah. So you have your Incendiary, Radiation, Cairo, and then your corrosive. I did not include whatever the last one is. I don't know, because shock, because we can always get shock, and shock's really not useful at the moment. So then we got corrosive Incendiary there, and then we have our amazing class mods here. We have our weapon damage, Jacob's weapon damage, and Jacob's weapon critical damage. So this is like an ultimate Jacob's mobbing weapon right here for any Jacob weapon. It's a good bounty hunter build. Then we have another bounty hunter one, which has pure sniper one. This has weapon damage and Jacob's weapon damage like the other one does, but this one changes it with sniper rifle damage. So this thing is the ultimate sniper class mod, as well as this one, Deadeye, because since enemies are always above 75% health when you always shoot your first shot, that will always take an effect, as well as you get the +3 on that, the Fast and the Furious, so you get some nice big damage buff and movement speed buff, which I really like personally. Moving on, we have the Cosmic Stalker, which increases all hunt skill power by 25%. Number crunching, this ends up better than Deadeye and a few other class mods because just if you can get it at the right end game and stack up everything perfectly, then yeah, this can do more damage potentially. We have my Deadeye Vulpine one, which is the +2 and +3 and 2 Fang. This one is more so for specifically the Maggie because it gives you 7% more damage. Is the same amount of Jacob's weapon crit, and it also gives you even more fire rate, which is me. This one, just you run around, just fire everything and shoot everything. This one was any pistol that's Jacob's. This one destroys with, and any pistols in any pistol with Jacob's. This one is the one to use. I farmed this one. I got really lucky. Um, we have another Rabid Bounty Hunter. This one's with actually assault rifle damage and Jacob's weapon crit. So if you want to switch out to like the clairvoyance, this one would actually be a little bit better. And well, yeah, this would be better. Then we have a stack bot. This is for your assault rifles, your Dulce rifles, and your Hyperion rifles. I've included the Hyperfocus and the Soul Render, both are very good guns in here, and they both do hella work for you. And now this one will buff any assault rifle, any Dull and any Hyperion, which is basically almost all assault rifles that they're like different, you know. So I have the weapon damage with that, and that ties in perfectly. Then we have a Red Fang. This one I just kept for to throw a Gamma Burst one, you know. But it's not really for Gamma Burst, and this one's more for the splash damage, the weapon damage, and the Maliwan weapon damage. So like the lob specifically, because I had pretty good bonus from this. We have a stack bot over here. This is a god roll stack bot that I farmed forever for. I get weapon crit damage, and Jacob's weapon crit damage. It is level 53 though, so it is missing a few percentages, but in the end, this thing, if you want to use stack bot, this thing absolutely murders. Use a fadeaway build, use the freaking dastard, a shotgun, times 25, and this thing can couple shot that any boss, basically. It's disgusting. And last but not least, we have our prolong Deadeye. This thing's a very rare class mod, long time ago. Like again, not all this loot is mine. And this is 25% weapon damage, 31% skill, action cooldown rate, and 45% crit damage, and has 5 and 2 Fang. So yeah, you'll be basically shooting 2 shots all the time. And last but not least, we have our, we already showed that one, the weapon damage and then Jacob's weapon damage. Into our last but not least, we have all the relics. And I'm using currently the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge with fire rate and magazine size on the rolls. Very good. We do have a pistol damage, movement speed, and AoE for any maybe it's like the Dastardly, the 7th Sense Dastardly, whatever. That thing is all AoE damage on the pellets that come back in and other things. So there are some pistols that get a lot of damage boost from this, so that'd be 60% right there. And yeah, that helps a little bit. Moving on to, we have a Last Stand idol. This one is an ultimate sniper survival idol. If you're just trying to run with a sniper and run around snipe stuff, this regenerates your health, this gets your sniper damage, this gives you magazine size and invincibility below 50%. We have a splatter gun here for sniper rifle damage and AoE. So for this one, more so it's for any like explosive sniper rifle, okay? Any explosive sniper. And then we have this one. This one is a nice snowdrift idol with 20% maximum health, and then also health regeneration, magazine size, and sniper damage. Remember, a lot of these are for survivability, because Flak's more of he's just like a glass cannon build. And then we have our perfect snowdrift for speed. We have our movement speed, our slide speed, and we got health regeneration, which doesn't really matter. That one's just for speed. We have our victory rush, which is also a very good one for damage, because you get the sniper rifle damage, the speed, and then you get the badass movement speed and the badass movement damage for killing an enemy. And then we get another Pearl knowledge for magazine size and health regeneration, so you can get a little more survivability as well as a little bit more damage. And an AoE and magazine size, so like maybe the lob, or like I said, any of the snipers again that do AoE damage, or any of the pistols, you know, this one pretty freaking good. And last but not least, we're gonna have the weapons. So we always showcase these weapons into these. We showcased the Maggie already. We have a Dastardly Lovechill with action skill and 100% damage. A Dastardly 7th Sense, no anointment at the moment, because I'm pretty sure it can't come into an anointment. But this thing is legendary and amazing, so I always use that. We have our Hyperfocus here. If you didn't know, this Hyperfocus melts bosses. You can just use it without, you don't even need the dull weapon damage and the dull crit damage. But if you did, because this thing slaps Walton around like a bot. And then we have the Lucian's Call, because these things are really good still. I actually have 2 of these. This one's a perfect one. I have a 684 anointment with corrosive and fire, so you can also switch out the other 2 elements and shit, so you can get 4 elements on there. We also have the corrosive and incendiary one here, which is the opposite of this, but both are very good rolls. So then moving on, we have the Soul Render here with the consecutive hits. This thing melts bosses, and it's actually a really fun thing to run around and shoot. We have a nimble good juju, a perfect juju with action skill and 100%. We have our dastardly stagecoach with consecutive hits, 25 pellets. Amazing, amazing. If you already haven't used the stagecoach, 20 times 25, it is destruction. Got a lob here with action skill and 100% damage. We got cocky bastard with action skill and 100%, 125%. An unseen threat damage, which absolutely murders everything. We have a head explosion, a skull smasher times 5, a perfect one with radiation one, and the other one is the weapon damage. Going on, we have a stopgap for more survivability with shock. We have a stopgap with corrosive. We have this awesome shield that I would definitely recommend sometime. It drops booster for shields, drops boosters for health, drops boosters for damage reduction, and it gives you radiation. Decent capacity. We have a health rerouter for if you want to use rerouter for a sniper build or anything, you're gonna get that extra amp damage. Here you go. There's a corrosive one. We have a mitosis Hunter Seeker. This thing is beast mode. Hunter Seeker, remember, gives you ammo back into your magazine with Megavore. Megavore and leave no trace. So this thing, you can potentially be getting lots of ammo back in your magazine. This one gives you radiation. I have a Firestorm, Incendiary, Pull, whatever, Singularity. Got a Magic Jacker for healing and stuff with on action throw weapon, because basically you're gonna be throwing a lot of these if you're taking a lot of damage. Like say you're going through the raid, and then this will give you all the survivability you need. We have a surge here with Cairo just for the Cairo damage, and I did go through all of these class mods and all of those. So there you guys have it, the ultimate flag save. Remember, a lot of the stuff is mine, but a lot of the stuff is not mine. So please leave a like down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day.